Hello and welcome back to Double Jump Gaming News, your source for everything gaming. My name is Melvin Gomez.
And I'm Josh Kerner. Let's get into our first topic of the week.
After the commercial success of Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy, Activision is bringing back another classic PlayStation-era character, Spyro the Dragon. Spyro Reignited Trilogy is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on September 21st. The first three games in the series, Spyro the Dragon, Spyro the Dragon 2, Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon, will all be remastered for this collection. The game has a nice price of $39.99. What are your thoughts of this?
I'm really looking forward to this because as someone who didn't have a PlayStation growing up, it's a good way to be able to finally get to actually experience the three games that started off the series.
Yeah, for me, I actually did grow up with the PlayStation, so I actually do get to experience this all over again. Actually, Spyro was one of the first games I ever played, so I do have a lot of early memories of it, but I don't have that many because, again, I just don't remember that much about that part of my childhood. But I'm excited to, sort of re-experience it. And I'm kind of glad that it's like, the good Spyro games, Spyro 1, 2, and 3, because the PlayStation 2 era wasn't really good for Spyro.
Yeah, it didn't really have a good start there to the PlayStation 2 era.
But yeah, there's a lot of good remastered games for PlayStation, so I'm hoping they continue to do this. They did it with Parappa the Rapper, of course, Crash Bandicoot. So, let's see what more famous. Is there other famous IPs of, like Wipeout? That's a good one. For.
I really haven't played like that much PlayStation really at all. So.
But I think there's a lot more that the PlayStation IP has to offer for new fans coming into the PlayStation 4. Because again, for a lot of people, PlayStation 4 is one of their first consoles. So hopefully they'll get to experience some of the older games that came out, even before their time.
Yeah. PAX East is happening in Boston this weekend, and we're excited to see everything from the AAA publishers to the innovative indie developers. Is there anything in particular that caught your attention?
The things that caught my attention are especially the tournaments. There are a lot of tournaments happening. I heard there was a PUBG tournament. Of course, there's always going to be a Smash tournament. Any event should have a Smash tournament, so that's something I'm very excited to see. But you were telling me before the show started that there's going to be like a lot of big YouTubers there, with their expos at the expo.
Yeah, I saw that Markiplier is going to have a panel and Jacksepticeye. I noticed that he's having an autograph signing session. I'd assume he's probably also going to have a panel. I'm not entirely sure. I was just skimming over the schedule to see what's going on.
So at these expos, do they get to show off some games there too? Do they get to play anything like that?
Yeah, I do believe usually that some companies do end up bringing demos there to show off stuff.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting, bringing people together in one spot to, enjoy the games that they have to offer. Yeah. I know this is it's before E3, so there's kind of, maybe some people don't want to go because they want to save their money for E3, or they just are more focused on that than anything else, but it's still an exciting time for those who want to put the effort into, enjoying it. Well, that's all about the time we have for this segment. But be sure to check out our website, www.doublejumpgamingnews.com. For more expanded coverage and further insights, details, and articles, stick around because after the break, we'll be holding our panel discussion on remastered games. If they're a good idea and titles we wish would come back, stay tuned. Welcome back. Again, I'm Melvin. Joining us today is Tyler, along with my co-host Josh. Thank you for being with us today. So, what are your thoughts on remastered games?
Personally, it depends on how much work was put into them. For instance, Crash Bandicoot, as we all know, was actually, fun fact, the 5th highest selling game on the PlayStation 4.
Oh, really?
So it seems that they're like pretty beneficial, as especially with Spyro coming out, which I'm personally really excited for. I never got to play the Spyro games, which is weird because dragons are kind of my thing.
Well, you know, the thing is that whenever remastered games are ever announced, there's always some sort of controversy to them because, you know, one of the things people say is that isn't this just a quick cash grab? Like these games, they are available. You can get the original versions on the PlayStation Store for like $10 each, you know? So don't you just want to save that extra $10 and just play the original versions? Like, why do we really need a remastered?
I feel like that's the way it can go for remasters that are just kind of ports of the original game. Like if anybody ever played the Devil May Cry remaster for the Xbox, it's basically just a port with like slightly better graphics. And I mean, I wasn't a personal fan. But for games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro that have this like new look to them and like it's still pretty and like I don't know. I personally feel like that's a plus for the gaming community right there to be like nostalgic and also new at the same time.
It's definitely interesting how much remastered games have evolved because I've been playing video games for a long time. I remember one of the first like not remastered games was like ports was like Diddy Kong Racing for the DS. You know, it's basically the same graphics, but it's just on a portable console. But now, as they evolve, like the PlayStation 3, you know, they call it HD. So it's just up-resing them, but not really doing anything. But then we see Crash Bandicoot, and they actually like update the physics. You know, now you don't really need to play on a D-pad, but now you can use the joystick. And sometimes changing the controls can do wonders for games. One of the most exciting redesigns was the Shadow of the Colossus. Because one of the criticisms of the original game was the controls. Like jumping was not on X. I think it was on triangle or something like that. It's just weird, and you couldn't change it. But now you can change it. You can have a new design on how to control the game, or you can have the original if you like. So they're adding new things on top of it that they're simple things, but they can change the entire experience.
I agree completely.
Yeah, going on controls and updates and stuff. Playing the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD remake on the Wii U, there was a whole bunch of stuff that they did to make it better. They added like a faster sail to the
Didn't they add the selfie feature to that?
Oh God, yeah, the selfie
Selfie
feature.
Yeah.
I love looking that up.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, after a while when you don't play those games that maybe some people missed in the first place, now they have like a new design, new price, and sometimes that brings back the wonders of the old times of games. Because to be honest, I'm more of a retro gamer than a new gamer. You know, when I see new games, it's not that I'm not excited for them, it's just that they're not bringing back the things I personally enjoyed. I personally enjoy the platformers. I personally enjoy the simplistic storylines, you know, simple style. Like that's just what I grew up with, what I enjoyed. So seeing something like the Spyro remastered game, I get to relive that. I get to relive something that's sort of what can be considered outdated now. So are there any remastered games that you guys are excited for? Or that you want to see?
Personally, I've been waiting to hear more about this game for like the longest time. Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS4. We've heard absolutely nothing about that, and like Kingdom Hearts has kind of taken the scene for Square Enix, but like I'm really excited for that one personally.
Yeah, I'd love to see how that turns out.
Yeah, a question that I would like to ask: where's Sly Cooper?
That's a really good question. Yeah.
I've been waiting for like a Sly Cooper thing because I've never personally played Sly Cooper.
I love the Sly Cooper.
I think they did do like a.
They wanted to do like a
remaster.
movie. Like Ratchet and Clank did.
Yeah, yeah, they did like an HD collection for the PS3 because like they originally came out for the PS2, so it's like,
yeah. But I would love to see something a little bit more.
I'm thinking more like on
with the graphics, a little bit more with the controls.
Yeah, like on the Ratchet and Clank level. Like
not just HD, but I want like a revamp of that. That would be my.
I would definitely be on board for that, but might not be the.
I would love the same thing, but with like the Jack and Daxter trilogy.
Oh,
they
I was
had
just
an
about
HD
to
collection,
say that.
but oh my gosh, the game looks beautiful now. So just seeing an open world with PS4 graphics, oh my god, PS4 Pro, oh man,
need it.
That'd be amazing for me too.
Get on it, Naughty Dog. Come on.
Oh man. Well, that is about all the time we have for this panel discussion. Thanks again, Tyler, for your time and thoughts. Again, you can always go to doublejumpgamingnews.com for more on this and a plethora of other gaming-related stories and topics. Coming up right after this break, Reed will be talking about Skyrim VR on PC.
Hi, I'm Reed, and this is VR Central for Double Jump Gaming News. Skyrim VR was recently released on PC for Steam VR. This is Bethesda's second AAA title for virtual reality, following Fallout 4 VR, which was released a couple months ago. Skyrim VR has had a much better response from its audience on PC than Fallout 4 did at its launch. But with Bethesda games, it is not without some frustrating bugs. Currently, the room scale tracking does not track your hitbox correctly, so you may be dodging arrows, but you're still being hit by the enemy. We expect this bug and others to be roughed out within a couple months, as most Bethesda games do. Skyrim VR, though, has captivated its audience due to the scale of its enemies, such as the dragons or giants. Watching a dragon circle above you before landing down to attack you is so immersive, it cannot be described without being in the game itself. The game runs also much smoother than Fallout 4, but this is because they are using the old textures from over 6 years ago. This can, of course, be changed with mods, which the PC community is quite fond of. So that is all we have for Skyrim VR. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Reed, for that great insight on Skyrim VR. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that is all about time we have for this show this week.
Again, for more on this week's episode, check us out at www.doublejumpgamingnews.com. It's your source for gaming news, articles, game reviews and graphics, video clips, and podcasts. Until next week, keep on gaming.
Thanks for watching.